This class lesson is entitled Inheritance by the Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. This is also Night 8, the Holy Convocation, Part 1.
Hey guys, welcome to Feast of Tabernacles. You may be seated. We're going on with the subject. Inheritance. The so-called black man of America has been living the life of one disinherited. The only reason we're living a life as one disinherited is we lost the knowledge of Yahweh. We didn't just walk around one day and have amnesia. Our enemies, nations of the earth, raised up, spied together, according to Psalms 83, 1 through 5, and cut us off from being a nation, cut off the name Israel, that we will have no more remembrance of our name as being Israel. And that, in effect, made us walk around as one disinherited. Now, when a man is in the world without an inheritance, you're born into the world without an inheritance, you're a pitiful fellow. You're in a sad state of affairs. Also, when you're born with a divine inheritance and you have a lot of neighbors who are not, it makes them jealous. And sometimes they will seek to kill off the rightful heir, to keep the rightful heir from inheriting what is his, so they can have it for themselves and their children. The nature of heir property is that it cannot be sold. It is for the use of each coming generation forever. In order for somebody else to come in and use that land without authority, they have to cut the rightful heirs off some kind of way. But Yahweh is so jealous of our inheritance that he knew our enemies would come in and take it from us, but he also cursed the land. He made us to cause it to be cursed. Knowing they would come in, he caused us not to keep the Sabbaths of the land. So Yahweh said he would not let it rain until we return home. In other words, what good is land if it won't grow anything? So our enemies took our property, but it's a curse to them. They're fighting and dying over land that is not theirs. Right now. Lebanon, Syrians, all of that group of people are fighting and dying, including the devil of America, over our land because it's cursed until the rightful owners return. Death and destruction shall continue there until the rightful owners return. Because one group says, well, why should you have it? It's not yours. We know historically it's not yours, but we're not going to tell it, because if we all get to tell it, see, then the rightful owner will wake up and come home and claim it. So none of us are going to tell who it really belongs to, but it's not yours either. Christians, it's not yours either. Muslims, it's not yours either, Jew. So, hey, this is some extra real estate that's holy and divine, and we're going to all split up and use it, and then the others say, no, I want all of it. So they go to fighting and warring over it. All conspiring together to keep the rightful owners blind, deaf, dumb, ignorant, and dead to the knowledge of their inheritance. None of those nations will rise up and say, well, look, let's just settle the problem and let the rightful heirs come on home, and we'll have no more reason to fight. Let's just go on and submit to Yahweh and his heirs, for his heirs are going to rule in his place over us. But see, we don't want that really, because his laws are divine and perfect, and we really don't want to be perfect. We'd rather just fight and kill it. So inheritance gets to be important. We've been saying. According to our history, we have a natural heir line of the oldest son, being the rightful heir. Then we have examples of the heirship being changed by divine election, Yahweh. Saying, yeah, I know that's the way it is according to the natural order, but I know what you don't know, understand what you do not understand. My ways are not your ways, and my thoughts are high above your thoughts, so I'm changing it. I made it, so if I want to change it, it's my authority, and I change it, and that's all to that. Now, I know Ishmael was firstborn, but I want Isaac. I know Esau was firstborn, but I want Jacob. I know Reuben was firstborn, but I think I'll take my line on through Joseph. I know Adoniah was the firstborn, but I think I'll take Solomon. I think I'll change it around. And that's what he did. That's right, you didn't know that? Adoniah was supposed to be, he was older than Solomon, but he didn't get it. Didn't make him very happy either. Of course, it didn't make Ishmael too happy. They're so upset, they still over there sitting on our land now. They haven't offered us a drop of oil well, not one oil well. I read where Esau's not too happy either. Say he has a perpetual hatred. Praise God. Because of heirship, see? Esau sold his birthright, gave it up. Yahweh didn't choose him anyway. So when he sold it, he was right in Yahweh's plan. Yahweh already had it fixed up. He was just waiting on him. And then Esau figured out, wow, I blew it. I blew my inheritance, man. I sold my inheritance for a bowl of soup. But the world is out of order because the rightful heir is not in place. They conspired to kill the rightful owner, the Son of Yahweh. Matthew 21:38. Read. But when the husbandman saw the son, they said among themselves, this is the heir. Come, let us kill him, and let us seize on his inheritance. They thought when they killed Yahweh's son 1983 years ago, they had done the great hatchet job had been accomplished. He stood in their presence and said, you see this temple being built? It shall be torn down, but in 3 days I shall rebuild it up again. We We are that body, that temple that was torn down and after here in America and totally destroyed. But after 300 years, we're being built back again. They tried to destroy, kill him off, but it didn't work. So in verse 39 says they cast him out and killed him. They did kill him. So they cast us out of our land and did kill us mentally. Cut us off. Fulfill Psalms 83. But the book says in verse 40, payday is coming. You killed my son 1983 years ago. You killed my son. But what do you think I'm going to do about it? Smile? Forgive you for killing my son? You think I'm going to forgive you for killing my heir? No. And I'm going to get vengeance. Because you killed my son. You became greedy and jealous and wanted my property. It wasn't yours. I let you use it. I said you could use it for 6,000 years. I gave you a lease, 6,000-year lease. What was your repayment to me? Kill my son to seize his inheritance. But I'm going to come and see about my own land. I am the husbandman. And I'm coming to see about you, my enemies. John 15:1. I am the husbandman. Sought to cut off the genuine vine. Falsehood is in place of the genuine vine. Read. Yes. And I'm coming to see about this murder you committed. That means I'm going to judge you, and the world is my witness that you're guilty of killing my heirs. You killed them physically and mentally. You took 100 million from their land and murdered 96 million of them during the slave trade. 4 million landed in this country for slaves, and you've hung them and burned them and raped them, and you killed them totally mentally and put them in a mental and spiritual grave. But I'm the husbandman, coming to see about the true vine. You, the so-called black man of America, you are the true vine. And I am the husbandman. You, my people of America, are the genuine vine. You're the genuine heir, shooting out from the root of the Father as the true heir. You should have had reference for my people, but instead you wanted what was theirs. Verse 38 says, the husbandmen saw the son, among themselves. See, it's dangerous for the son to just walk around and the enemies just all know who he is. There he is, come. Let us kill him. Let us seize and take for ourselves his inheritance. Let's go to Psalms 2 and 2. Read. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and against his anointed. See what's happening? The kings of the earth prove they're not our friends. The kings of the earth, the rulers of the earth, the kings and the rulers of the earth have come together, sat down around the conference table together, and had counsel together. What are we going to do about the children of Israel, especially Judah? We're not allowed to just physically eradicate them from the planet Earth, but we must do something because we want their inheritance for ourselves. So I can see, look in my mind now and look back and see the kings and rulers of the whole earth sitting down around the big conference table, in the big boardroom at the big palace, discussing us, Judah. And they said, I tell you what, let's take Judah captive. They're not hard to take captive because history shows that they have been taken captive many times. We ran them out of Israel as it was 70 A.D., so we know where they are. We know where they ran to. Titus didn't kill them off. He let them escape south into West Africa. We know they're there. Let's set up a trick and go get them and reduce them to further bondage, because just taking them from their land and they know who they are, they'll be coming back at us again. But what we want to do this time is stop Judah from coming back, erase Jerusalem from their minds completely. Then we can rule the world in peace from them. They're the rightful rulers of the earth. We know that, but see, we can beat this game by just killing off Judah, because the rest of Israel, you don't have to worry about them. They're not divinely chosen to be the ruler. So if we take those who have the ability to rule and kill them mentally, cut them off from being a nation and cut off their knowledge of Yahweh and Israel, we won't have to worry about them. It sure will take a resurrection to get them, but we won't have to be bothered with them until he come back. We'll be on the watch for him coming back. And when it's time for him to come back, we'll put in birth control and everything else and kill him off. But they forgot that all the others they tried to kill off slipped through the net too. But in the meantime, we're going to rule this world, the inheritance, for ourselves by killing off Judah. So here in Psalms 2 and 2, the kings and the rulers took counsel together against Yahweh and his anointed, you, Judah, so-called black man of America. Isn't that something? All because they wanted to rule. Let's go to John 11:53. What did they say they want to do with us? John 11:53 tells you what their counsel was about. Read. Well, verse 52 gives you a little light on that. Read. Together in one the children of Yahweh that were scattered abroad. See what the son's job is? They knew it then. They knew 1983 years ago that the son's job would be to gather together in one the children of Yahweh that were scattered abroad. Abroad means away from, way off from Jerusalem. And I think if you look at the map, you'll know that, study your world map, you'll see that America is quite abroad from Jerusalem. 10,000 miles. So, knowing he was to gather them together, what was the fear? Why should they fear? Why should the world fear? Why should the kings and the rulers of the earth fear one man gathering his nation together as one? And why would they seek to kill him? Why would they take counsel together to kill him when all he would do would gather his own nation together and make them one in Yahweh? Could it be the fear of their inheritance? Here in verse 52 it says that they are the children of Yahweh. Not spiritual children, not adopted children. Didn't say one of the children, it says the children. This identifies who has been scattered. If you search the planet Earth, you will find all nations on the planet Earth know who they are, but one group of people. Wherever you go on the planet Earth and find a whole group of people that have been scattered and who are not functioning as a nation. See, verse 52 says that nation only. That's a pretty exclusive nation, only. Wouldn't you think it is? That nation only. But also that he should gather together as one. Now in verse 51 it says that he would die for that nation. See, other scriptures they say he died for the world. The truth is in here, but oh, if you don't know it. Matthew 1:21 says he come to save his people from breaking Yahweh's laws. His people. In verse 51 here of John chapter 11 says that Yahweh the Messiah should die for that nation, not the world. Another scripture says that he was sent to the house. Matthew 15:24 said, I am not sent but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. I'm not sent to anybody else. Now here comes verse 51 and says that he wasn't to die for the world. Those who say he died for the world lied. Now you got to check out. He died that he would die for that nation. Then they try to say, but not for that nation only. But didn't include nobody else in the next verse, see? I mean, the rest of that verse says, but not only was he to die for that nation, here comes the coming back part. But he should gather that nation together as one. For they are the children of Yahweh. They're not the children of men, they're the children of Yahweh. Talking about the heir, inheritance. But something has happened to the children of Yahweh. In verse 52, what happened? They have been scattered abroad. So somebody has an awesome task called gathering them together. That's a heavy job. Gathering them together. That's not easy to run around where you have sheep scattered abroad and you have to go search and find those sheep. That's some kind of job. And then when you come to them, they don't even know you. They run from you. When you come together, that nation, who is the children of Yahweh, that's been scattered so long, they don't recognize you at all. Though you are the same. He comes to his own, and his own receive him not. He comes to his own nation. But his nation is in love with the wolf. The wolf has had him in a pen so long that when the good shepherd come and open up the gate, they run off in a corner the opposite of the gate. It'll be one every now and then that'll run through the gate. But here in John 11, it lets us know that we are the children of Yahweh, scattered, and our enemy has taken counsel. They took counsel and killed us off. Why? In Matthew 21:38, it tells you why. What was it about? Psalms chapter 2, verse 2, where the kings and the rulers took counsel together against Yahweh, who are his anointed. We are his children. Why did they take counsel against us? For our inheritance. Give me Acts 4:27. Now really we must start at verse 25. Read. What are they raging about? Our inheritance. See, the heathen are running around raging, about our inheritance. And imagining a vain thing, like taking counsel together as kings and rulers of the earth to kill us off to seize our inheritance, thinking that would allow them to rule forever. See, the kings and rulers of the earth do not want to rule under Yahweh. They want to rule as Yahweh. That's where Isaiah chapter 14 comes in. See, they wanted to sit in heaven and ascend into heaven and sit in the temple of Yahweh as Yahweh himself. Since they could not get to Yahweh, the true husbandman, they say, let's take his heirs and kill them off and seize their rulership, their inheritance. As long as we allow their capital city, Jerusalem, to remain intact, it's the center of their unity. It's where the symbol of Yahweh sits as a temple, one temple for one God. Yahweh sits with his law in the temple. The book of his law. And as long as they worship Yahweh and his law, there's nothing we can do with these people. Because Yahweh's law is perfect. And we must destroy this perfection. So if we burn the city and burn the temple of Yahweh and scatter his children, scatter his inheritance abroad and cut off their knowledge of their inheritance, we the kings and rulers, we got the earth now, and hey, Yahweh ain't coming back down here to mess with us. We haven't seen him yet. All we ever see evidence of is the Son, his heirs, in Matthew 11:38. All we ever saw was his representative. We've never seen no Yahweh. Like Pharaoh said, how the God of the Hebrews, how do I know if there be a God of the Hebrews? I'm God over you. In fact, Moses, if you come back in my face again, talking about let them go, I'm going to kill you. Moses says, so be it. You have spoken well. But see, Moses was speaking with the authority of knowledge that Pharaoh didn't have. Moses had a special encounter with Yahweh. Moses saw a light that wouldn't go out, and he called it a burning bush that was not consumed. Moses saw the light, Yahweh. I know what you don't know, Pharaoh. You don't worry me, Pharaoh. You better worry about the one I met who sent me. But you see, when Pharaoh turned them, he was forced to turn us loose. He didn't turn us loose because he wanted to. Yahweh forced Pharaoh to turn us loose. And then Pharaoh said, why should I let them have the inheritance? So he took his army and said, I'm going and kill off the inheritance. Man, I made a mistake. I let the inheritance go. See, he forgot he was just forced to let us go. And then he decided, I want to catch the inheritance and kill off the inheritance. And there'll be nobody to challenge me, Pharaoh, and my right to continue ruling. See, he has 6,000 years of rulership. He doesn't want to give it up. He has ruled wickedly with wickedness. I believe in Isaiah 47 it tells you He even trusted in wickedness as his God. Isaiah 47:10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, read on, none seeth me. Yahweh said, but thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. In the meantime, you wicked perverts have taken counsel together, raging, imagining vain things. In Acts chapter 4, verse 26. Read. The kings of the earth stood up, and the rulers were gathered together. Wow. Against Yahweh and against his son, Yahweh. Now, I have a problem right here. Here I come, born from among you, a blind, deaf, dumb, ignorant, dead people, helpless, without weapons, even without knowledge, don't even recognize me when I come to you.
Please.
Kings and the rulers of the earth with their vast weapons and armies are against my daddy Yahweh and me. How in the world can I win against a deck stacked like this? You mean to tell me that I come here to you in the name of a man that nobody today is allowed to look at, stand up against a nation that has atomic bombs and jet aircraft and mighty navies and military up on the high seas, in the air, and on the ground? Such a Goliath that makes all the nations tremble in their boots. You mean to tell me that I can come here raised, falling out between your legs, carried in your stomach, come out from between your legs, and come and deliver you and take you from our enemy and put you in the hands of the one intended? Rescue you from danger and set you free from bondage? Rescue you from slavery? But look at the odds. The kings and the rulers of the whole world have counseled together against my father Yahweh and me, his son. You mean I'm supposed to prevail against odds? You mean I will prevail? You mean we will prevail? You mean we shall overcome? But I'm sent to a people that sometimes they don't even know whether they want to work for Yahweh or not. I'm sent to save a people who, some of them get tired working for Yahweh. I've come to rescue a people to give them eternal life, and they resist working for the one who offers them eternal life. Sometimes they'd be around 4 years and go back out to be with the enemy. I've come to a hard-headed people, a stiff-necked people, a people that are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no understanding at all. How in the world can I be successful with hard-headed people like this? Sometimes there are those who want to work for Yahweh like they want to work for him. If they can't work for Yahweh on their own terms, they don't want to work for Yahweh. And with those kind of people around me, I'm still supposed to prevail. I'm sent to a people who like to hear the word, but they don't want to do the word. They're always confused between hearing and doing. They say they're confused because working for Yahweh is hard to them. Being a Hebrew is hard to them. Taking orders from somebody that looks just like them is hard. And I'm supposed to prevail against the kings and the rulers of the earth who have the vast land mass of the planet Earth under their control. And I'm supposed to prevail against that kind of unity with a crazy people standing around me who don't even know if they want to be standing there. But the kings and the rulers of the earth and all heathens are raging. They really are upset now. They see Yahweh's name cropping up all over the country and outside the country. Yahweh's name is cropping up. From house to house, Yahweh's name is flying. From house to house. The children of Yahweh that have been scattered abroad are being drawn back to his name. And they're waking up saying, I want my inheritance. I've been without my inheritance for a few thousand years now. I'm ready for my inheritance. We heard that one day one was coming back. We heard he was coming back. We heard he was coming back. They lied to us and gave us a false image, a false white Greek name. But that's not our inheritance. Hebrew Israelite names are our inheritance. Waking up to my inheritance. But the heathens are raging. There are those who say they love me, but they will not keep my commandments. But it is written, if you love me, keep my commandments. See, if you love me, keeping my commandments is not a hardship. See, because Yahweh say, them that hear shall live. The time is coming. The hour is coming, and now is, when all that are in the grave shall hear my voice. And them that hear shall live. In the meantime, the heathens are raging. In the meantime, the people are imagining a vain thing. In the meantime, the kings of the earth are standing up. And they and the rulers are all gathered together. I mean, imagine now, against Yahweh and me. Against Yahweh and his son. Imagine some odds like that. People imagining a vain thing. Heathens raging. I mean, and the son sent all by himself. I mean, you don't get to see Yahweh nowhere. Yahweh just haul off and send his son out here among all this by himself. Don't even let him carry a pea shooter. Carry nothing. Not even David's slingshot. Nothing. He allows me to carry nothing. I carry no weapon. Here I am standing without any weapon among heathens raging. People imagining a vain thing. Kings and the rulers of the earth standing up, gathered together against my Father who sent me and me who is sent. Then I come to a people that are stiff-necked, hard-headed, look at me crazy, sit up and roll their eyes at me. They look so crazy and mean and fierce till Yahweh said, don't be scared of them. Be not afraid of their look. Be not afraid. Watch out. Be not afraid. They are crazy. That's all. Don't worry about them. They're just stupid. Don't worry about them. They're not wise to do anything but evil. Don't worry. But don't you worry about them. I'm sending you to them anyway. But don't you be like them now. Don't you be stupid and hard-headed and stiff-necked and rebellious. They are rebellious. Wow, I mean, you know, that could be terribly discouraging. That's enough to make an ordinary man quit. An ordinary man would give up and be discouraged. Now face that now. You sent into a world full of heathens and they're all raging. You sent to all the people of the earth are imagining vain things against it. And the kings and the rulers and the armies, they're all standing up together in counsel together against the one that sent you, and you sent all by yourself. And then the people you sent to, they don't even recognize you. You sent to them, you come to them, and they receive you not. They look at you crazy, stiff-necked, hard-headed, and rebellious to this very day. Have no knowledge of good. Everything about them is to imagine evil. Won't even go to bed in peace. I'm supposed to prevail against all of this. No wonder when Yahweh asks for who will go and stand for me. No wonder nobody would say anything. Out of the whole world, he said, who will stand for me? Who will bridge the gap? Who will go? And the book says, one man on the whole planet Earth stood up and said, here am I, send me. I knew what kind of people you were when I came. When I stood up and said, here I am. Send me. I knew what I was coming to now. I haven't been disappointed at all. The descriptions of my people are perfect. Oh, Yahweh. Acts 4:27. Read. For of a truth, against thy holy child, Yahweh, whom thou hast anointed, both Herod and Pontius Pilate, that means what? The kings and the rulers, with the Gentiles and the people of Israel, all were gathered together. Look at verse 29. Read. And now, Yahweh, the Son, Yahweh, behold their what? Threatenings. See? It's very clear. They're threatening. Interesting. All of this. I'm suffering all of this. I'm going through all of this to bring you your inheritance. I am enduring raging. A world full of heathens raging. People imagine a vain thing. Kings and the rulers of the earth counsel together against my Father who sent me and me. And then have to contend with you acting crazy on top of it. Yet I endure all of this to bring you your inheritance. No wonder the scripture speaks of him having so much love for you. For the Son so loved the world of Israel. He so loved the world of Yahweh, the world of Israel, the inheritance, that he gave me to you, that you might be saved. And to have the job of trying to save a scattered people who themselves have taken counsel with the Gentiles. Verse 27 lets you know that even the children of Israel, the so-called black men of America, have taken counsel with the enemy against me. All of the so-called black leadership, they have gathered together in unity to lead our people to Pharaoh in America, knowing I am offering you the only salvation. They're in counsel together. And I'm supposed to prevail against all of this. And you think my job is easy. Everybody on the planet Earth is against me, except a few first fruits. Now you think about that. Everybody on the entire planet Earth, 4,400,000,000 people are united and have taken counsel against me, except for the few of you as the first fruits of the harvest. Even my own people to whom I am sent are in counsel against me. Even some come and play the Judas here, pretend that they love me and hug me and kiss me, and go and report to the devil and go back out and live with the devil and show that they love the devil. After coming and hugging me and kissing me, I even have to endure that. They do it all the time. From the beginning, they've been doing it. And you are witnesses. How many of you are witnesses that they have come, hugged me and kissed me? And they're back with the enemy. All of this I suffer and bear and endure to give back to you your rightful inheritance. And instead of being loved by my people to whom I am sent to give them that rightful inheritance to rule the world forever, I'm hated, despised, and rejected of men. Despised and rejected by those to whom I'm sent. From one end of the planet Earth all the way to the other end, And I'm supposed to prevail? I shall prevail? How can one come and with a few of you make the world hear the name Yahweh? Yet we're doing it. From one man, the world is talking about Yahweh. He is a force to be dealt with. Yahweh's name, his name is a force to be dealt with. So powerful that every knee must bow. And every tongue must confess Yahweh is God. Beside Yahweh, there is no God. Yahweh is King of all kings. Yahweh is Lord of all lords. And he chose you and me to glorify his name, praise his name, to extol Yahweh who rideth upon the heavens by his name, Yahweh. Praise God. Acts 4:26, it says, they also are against his son. He is not the son of anybody else. Notice who everybody in the world is against. They're against Yahweh and his inheritance. So you who come to me as my disciples and you who come to follow me in Yahweh, you are a part of this his. Hebrews 1 and 2. Read. Hath by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the world. The worlds were made by his Son. As a message for you in these last days, that the Son of Yahweh is the heir of all things. Not the heir of some things. All that. See, the Son of Yahweh is the heir of how much? No wonder the kings of the earth and the rulers of the earth have taken counsel together to kill us off from the knowledge of our inheritance as the children of Yahweh, Hebrew Israelites, our own holy land, and the knowledge of our nationality. No wonder they cut us off from this knowledge, because, you see, they know we are the heirs of all things. I am the heir of all things. I am appointed heir over all things. And you with me, I'm going to prove that. See, I'm going to prove in a moment that you too are heirs with me. Over all things. Now, who is the owner of a thing? The maker, or that which is made? The maker is the owner. The Hebrews are the heirs of all things. See, in the book of Hebrews, this is the epistle to the Hebrews. In verse 2, you are the heirs of all things. The chapter tells you this is an epistle to the Hebrews. Well, what belongs to you Hebrews? You are heirs of all things. In chapter 1, verse 1, he spoke to our fathers, the prophets. Yahweh, who at sundry times and in divers manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. They were all black and Hebrew Israelites. Who was one of our fathers? Abraham? Give me Genesis 14:13. Genesis 14:13. Read. All right. Abraham is the father of Isaac, who is the father of Jacob, who is the father of the 12 tribes, including Judah, the chief ruler, of which tribe we are part. What tribe are we? What did Yahweh choose Judah to do? How long? Who is Judah? What did Yahweh choose you to do? That's it. So this is your inheritance. The inheritance of the Hebrews. And what did Yahweh promise Abraham in chapter 13, around verse 15? Turn to it. Let's see what he promised. Land. Genesis 13:15. Let's see what he promised Abraham. Read. All the what? All the what? Talking about land. And when Abraham had two sons, Ishmael and Isaac, the question came up about what? Land and inheritance and who the rightful heir is. The so-called black man of America has been cut off from the knowledge of his inheritance. Cut off from the knowledge of the mysteries of the Bible. He sees mysteries and symbols and pictures that are in the Bible that is described there, but he does not have the knowledge of it. Why? Because he's been cut off from it. But in these last days, in Hebrews 1 and 2, you've been spoken to by the Son of Yahweh, who is appointed heir over all things. Galatians 3:29. Galatians 3:29. Read. And if ye be Yahweh the Messiah, then are ye Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. You ever wanted to know your identity? Your identity is established when you belong to Yahweh the Messiah, the Son of Yahweh. You have to belong to him. See, that's apostrophe S. If you be his. See, Yahweh say, I have given them to him. My Father has given them into my hand. And no man can pluck you out of my hand. Nobody can pluck you out of my hand. You're in my hand and glad to be there. And you become an heir. If you belong to the Son, Yahweh, then you are indeed Abraham's seed. And belonging to Yahweh the Messiah and being Abraham's seed means you've got something coming. You are heir. You are not one heir with S on it, because there's a lot of us. Heirs Heirs according to the promise. Now we just read in Genesis 13:15, who made the promise? And he's not a man that he should lie. Numbers 23:19. Turn. He made the promise and he's not a liar. Read. All right. So Yahweh is not a liar. He's never lied. He made us a promise and said that if you belong to his son, Yahweh, the Messiah, then you are indeed the seed of Abraham and heirs according to the promise. Now, what did he promise Abraham? What? He promised Abraham what? So we own a land. Right now, it's about inheritance. It's about our inheritance. All those beasts rose up to take us into captivity, to destroy our holy city, Jerusalem, and to destroy our land so they could seize our inheritance. But Yahweh said, in the last day, I will raise up one from among you and his brethren. He's not going to speak what the people want to hear him say. He is going to speak all that I tell him to speak. He's not going to follow the people's command. He's going to do all that I command him to do. Not everybody is going to love what he's saying and doing. But those that know his voice, they'll love what he's saying and they'll love what he's doing. Because they belong to him. They are a part of the inheritance. They are heirs with him of the promise of Yahweh. This message makes the heirs happy. See, we have been servants, but I've come to change your status. I said, I have come to change your status. I have come to change your environment. I have come to change your condition. I have come to change you from being a slave into a free man. I've come to change you from being disinherited to the inheritor. I've come. Chapter 4, verse 7. Read. Thou art no more a servant, but a son. Read. And if a son, then an heir of Yahweh through his son Yahweh, the Messiah. Read verse 6. And because ye are sons, Yahweh has sent forth the Spirit of his Son into your heart, crying, Abba, Father, Yahweh.